Well, this marks a very sad day in the history of mankind. Well, technically, it was a couple days ago that was sad, but it's a very sad day for me because I have just watched it. The season and the series finale of Superman and Lois season 4, which marks the end of the long running Arrowverse. This was the last remaining show, probably one of the best, if not the best, of the Arrowverse shows. And it was great, a great show. I can't say I've done many videos. I've done shorts. I cannot say it enough that Superman and Lois is a fantastic show, and I think that it's even more impressive that this show, basically halfway through its 4-year run, was on a network left to die. Even more so this season. Like, there's just not, like, CW is barely a network right now. They have no budget. They have no anything. And I'm pretty sure it's shutting down soon. I'm not sure. Might have made that up, but I think it's shutting down, or just going to, like, I don't know, it's just going to keep showing Steve Harvey's Family Feud, and that's it. But, so season 4 ended, probably the best of the 4 seasons. The show got better as it went on. Most of the Arrowverse shows did the opposite. Started very strong, and then kind of tailed off towards the end. But this show was amazing. The cast, I cannot say enough about the casting. There was a controversy, I think, after the end of season 2, where Jordan, the actor for Jordan, left the show for mental health reasons or whatever. His pussy hurt. I'm not sure. And they replaced him, or not Jordan, Jonathan Kent. They replaced him midway through the show, and then I'm like, it's gonna be a little weird because I was starting to like that new, the original kid. The new one's even better. So, like, he's great. He stepped right in. Clark Kent, Taylor Hoechlin. I forget what the hell Lois Lane's name is at the current moment, but she's good. She's a good actress. I'm not necessarily sure I like her as Lois too much, but she's a great actress, I think. She's probably the weakest casting of everything. Lex Luthor was front and center for this season. That was great. So they ended the series with his main villain. Doomsday was in it, so that, I think they did Doomsday probably better than Zack Snyder and Batman vs. Superman did Doomsday. They made him look better on a 100th of the budget, which is insane to me. So they pulled no punches. They had a great ending. They had great villains, great storylines for the last 10 episodes of the season. I mean, I haven't cried that much since I watched the Titanic. There were some moments in this season, man. Whew, there's pulling on the heartstrings, punching you right in the testicles. I just love the show. I can't formulate proper words to say how much I like that show. And maybe I'll go back and watch it a couple years later and be like, all right, it's not as good as I'm thinking because I'm in my feels right now. But I don't know. I'd argue easily the best Arrowverse show in its entirety when you look at it from start to finish and how it maintained its integrity. Granted, it didn't go as long as almost every other show, and they started falling off after 4 seasons. So everything, Arrow was amazing the first handful of seasons, especially the first 4. Supergirl was great in its first couple seasons. The Flash was phenomenal the first couple seasons. Legends of Tomorrow, I think, grew into its show and then fell off, so the middle seasons of that were very good. Batgirl was Batgirl. And I think that's it for the Arrowverse shows. But yeah, if I haven't said it enough, go watch Superman and Lois. Season 4 is the best of it. I'm sad the Arrowverse is over. And in terms of the Arrowverse, like, I don't know why DC, this should be talked about more. Like, Arrowverse is probably the most productive and popular. I wouldn't say popular, but it's definitely its best output of DC as a whole that they've done in the last 10, 20 years. You had the Nolan trilogy, obviously, of Batman, but that was a little contained story of just Batman. Then they tried to build out the universe with Zack Snyder. They screwed Zack Snyder over. They would have followed his vision. It would have been a great story, but they did. They got scared after BVS screenings and made it less dark and depressing. But now it's amazing, and I think that what they did with bringing that many shows together, making it cohesive, the actors in all of them were phenomenal. The casting throughout that entire series was great, or the series of shows was great. And it's sad that it's over. That was the last piece of it. For the most part, it's been over for a while, obviously. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to see anything like that, especially in TV, for quite some time. It was very impressive. The crossover episodes were great. I loved watching them, especially when all the shows were running at once, because you would have an entire week of a massive, like, 6-hour crossover through TV. It brings me back. I was, much younger, a lot less hair, and on my face. It was just fun to watch. I spent a night and just watched 6 episodes of TV back to back to back of a crossover, and it was phenomenal. So I don't know that we're ever going to see that again. I wanted to give a shout out to the Arrowverse. Gonna miss you. It was a great time in my life and great shows. And Superman and Lois, like I said, that's probably the best, most well-rounded show of them all. From acting to casting to storyline to maintaining the show's integrity and actually good production value throughout its entire run. So I don't know if that's just me. Am I going on a rant that no one cares about? Am I the only one who loves Superman and Lois? Clearly they don't love it enough because it didn't get endless seasons and get renewed, but it was on a dying network, so I can't necessarily blame the show. I think I blame the network more than anything else. So let me know if you love Superman and Lois and the Arrowverse in its entirety as much as I do, because I definitely do. I had to go do a video just to give it its proper due now that it's sent off, and I have a dark and empty void in my life that I need to fill, probably with hard drugs and alcohol. So until my next rehab session, we are on to the next one.